Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with my winner of Canadians Drag Race, Jimbo.
Well, hello, Alexis.
The
I am here.
iconic Jimbo, may I add as well.
Oh my gosh, you are an icon and a gorgeous diva.
Thank you so much.
The legendary, the one and only Alexis Stone. I am in my dream come true right now.
So, if you have not heard of Jimbo, where will they have recognised you from?
I was a contestant on season 1 of Canada's Drag Race.
Yep. And you have won the hearts and captivated everyone from around the world, which just goes to show that you might not have won the crown, but you have won everyone else's crown.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my mom says you're the Queen of Hearts, hon. And I said, oh, Mom, I like that.
It's very, very true. Now, why are you here in England?
I'm here on tour with Club Kids UK and Rock'em Sakura and Erica Clash.
Yep. Both fierce queens, so it's a really beautiful show, so I encourage you guys to see the show if there are any tickets available. I know most places are already sold out.
Yeah, it's selling well, selling quickly.
Good.
So yeah, it's all going to be safe. We're all following all the COVID protocols, so
Absolutely.
you don't have to worry about that, everyone. Just come and we'll have fun and we'll be safe.
Perfect. And what are we going to be doing today?
Well, before we get started, I want to give you this gift.
The necklace?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to wear it now.
I wanted to induct you into the house of Jimbo.
Oh, let's do it.
Oh, let me stand behind you, like we're
I
on
feel
a
like I'm
date.
being knighted.
Yes. It's like I went to the jewelry store and I bought you this necklace.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Because I've had an affair and I'm trying to.
I love a fair.
Yeah. Trying to make up for it.
I'm like, oh my god, I love it. Thank you, that's so
it matches
sweet.
your earrings.
And I have a gift for you for the end of this video as well.
Is it beautiful? My
It
face?
does.
My beautiful face?
Oh my god, I love it. Yeah, I'm going to make a silicone version of you and induct you into the museum that is his house.
Oh my god, let's do it.
So today, I'm going to be giving Jimbo the Alexis Stone treatment. Now, we're going to be doing a full, beautiful drag transformation. And we spoke about this briefly. It's interesting for you to be sort of the focal of a makeup video.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Well, you know, I was criticized pretty heavily throughout the season and by my sisters for my makeup skills. You know, as a clown, it's more important for me to be connected, present, and in my character and in myself than it is to really be so beautiful. So now I want to be so beautiful.
Well, you are beautiful, and today we're just going to be matching that and refining things, if anything. I'm just going to be doing what I do on my face, and I'm going to transfer my face by rolling it across yours.
Oh,
and
that
then we'll
we
be done.
do it.
So, without further ado, let's dive straight in with some makeup.
Let's do it. I'm so excited.
So it would not be the Alexis Stone treatment without some facelift tape, so we're going to be snatching at Jimbo for the awards.
Oh my god. Thank you. We'll see if Rita likes some when they're done.
So do you get on with everyone from the season?
Yeah, I do. You know, to varying different degrees, I think when you go through a process like that with a group of people, you kind of are bonded, and then, you know, it's like any family. There's always a sister or a sibling that you get along the best with, and you know, someone like Boa and Scarlett Bobo, those like really clowny, you know, more kind of wacko, a little bit dirty, kind of weird sense of humor. That really appeals to me, and so I'm especially close with those two. And Alona, I love Alona so much. My little man boobs.
So I'm going to go slightly warmer, and then I'm going to lighten you up. How is
No,
it doing drag, Becca?
In Victoria, I have lots of drag queen friends, but she's been my closest one.
How is it now, having competed on the show? How has it been sort of being accepted within your drag community back from home? Has it changed? Has it not?
I think it's changed slightly. Like before, I was kind of this like, you know, a little bit of a little weirdo outsider. I wasn't really invited a lot to perform at the, you know, when the Rue girls would come through, they would ask pretty much every other drag queen in the entire city to do the show except for me for some reason.
Well, now you are a Rue girl.
Yeah, so that was kind of weird, but yeah, I think definitely, you know, there's some drag queens that wouldn't have booked me before that are definitely like, oh hey, let me know if you want to work, and
Now that they can take your money.
And how much do you want to talk about your career? If you want this to be about you.
Not at all. This is all about you.
Yeah,
It makes a nice change. Normally it's just about me.
Yeah, you're like,
No more.
not today, Satan.
So when did you start doing drag?
I started as a young boy, like
Yeah.
when I was about 5 or 6. My mom put makeup on my face, and I looked in the mirror, and I really thought I looked so beautiful. I was just, you know, I can still remember just that feeling of being so excited and just surprised, yeah, by that transformation. And even though it was so small, probably at that time, it probably wasn't very much, but I just became fascinated with beauty, and I became fascinated with femininity, and so I would steal my mom and my grandma's clothes, and we would hide in the basement, and
Yeah.
we would, you know, I had like a little bit of makeup hidden in the bathroom, and I would sort of play around, and my dad was super homophobic, and so all of it was very, very bad.
Yeah, I
And
can imagine.
so it all had to be, you know, very secret and very shameful. And so you know, as soon as I was probably around like 7 and 8, I stopped doing that. I would hide stuff under the bed, like I would steal my grandma's jewelry and pop the diamonds out, so I had something shiny to look at.
Aw.
And then I would just had like a few little, I made my own mannequins. My family wouldn't get me mannequins. It was like the 80s, and they're like, how do we get a mannequin? So I made my own out of coat hangers, pantyhose, stuffed with newspaper. And yeah, I just kind of always gravitated towards fashion and femininity. And then when I became a vaudeville performer and started to sing and started to do sketch comedy and started to do improv, and I learned how to clown, I started to weave back in my feminine side.
Yeah.
At first kind of through like a more clowny, ugly, monstery kind of.
Yeah.
I was afraid to really try to be beautiful, because it's like a big risk if you're trying to be beautiful, and if you don't, then it's like,
Sure, I can understand
it's not.
that.
Yeah, it's not. If you say, you know, I
am beautiful and you're not.
Yeah, then that's harder than saying I'm
Not
even
beautiful.
trying to. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna have fun. And so slowly over time, I allowed myself to say I'm beautiful, to feel beautiful, and to try and line up
Yeah.
that part of myself.
Well, that's the beautiful thing with beauty and standards is no matter what it is you would try and achieve, you will always appear to be beautiful in someone's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And there are always people that will relate to your beauty standards. Always.
Yeah, I was really surprised on the show, like, going into it, I knew that my skills weren't going to be in my makeup. I knew they were in my costume design, my performance,
Yeah.
and my ability to connect. And so,
Which I think you proved.
thank you. And so, yeah, like the girls on the show, like everyone sort of would comment about my makeup, and you know, lots of the judges were commenting about the makeup. Michelle Vasad, everyone's judging my makeup, and so yeah, it's been like, you know, I've definitely wanted to try and focus on that to up my game and to really, you know, to just try and become a more polished painter.
Sure.
Yeah.
How did you find going from watching a show on TV to being on TV? Was that a bizarre...
Yeah, it was. It was, you know, you don't really have a lot of time to really, to go outside of yourself in those moments, to really, to take it all in. But I found like the moments where I did that the most were at where the judgment was over and when you were sent to the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you're all lined up at the back and you're finally an audience member for those brief moments, you are facing the judges and you're behind your sisters, and you have that moment. You're not being judged, you're not being challenged, you are allowed to just stand and to watch a show. And so in those moments I would look around and I would look up and I would just be looking at the whole machine, looking at the judges, looking at the set, looking at the cameras, and just going, holy shit, I am here in the middle of my dream. I'm on Drag Race. And so it was just wild. But you don't really have that many opportunities to really be like, oh my god, I'm on Drag Race. Because you have to, you're like fighting for your life. So, a few times I was just like, oh my god, I'm here. Oh my god, it's happening. Oh my god, I'm on Drag Race.
Did it very much feel like a competition?
Oh yeah, very competitive.
Really?
Very, the girls are all very competitive. It's funny going into a room and everyone thinks they're the winner and you're talking to someone and they're like, yeah, so I'm gonna win this, and you're like, actually, I'm gonna win. Sorry to tell you, I think I'm gonna win. But then you talk to if you knocked on the person's side and be like, I'm sorry, she thinks she's gonna win, and I think and the person be like, no, I'm winning. And then if the person next to there was like, oh, sorry, you three think you're winning? No, I'm the motherfucking winner, okay? And so it was so funny to be sitting there with 12 or 11
winners.
other people that are all going to be the winner, and they're all the diva, they're all the shit, they're all the queen. So I loved that. It was really fun. It wouldn't be much of a competition if everyone was like, I'm not really the queen here.
Yeah. Had you done many competitions before? Because I feel like, especially in the States and Canada, the pageant scene and being competitive as a child is a lot more institutionalized than it is here in the UK.
Yeah, basically that was the only real performances I had done in drag, really, aside from my cabaret, were in competitions, talent competitions.
Yeah.
And I won 3 times.
So you're used to winning.
So I loved that. I won $1,000, which I bought a new sewing machine, so I could keep making my looks.
Good, investing.
Yeah. And I like competing. I think it's really fun. I like having a challenge. I like having knowing the boundaries of something, saying okay, you're given this amount of time, these amount of resources, and now go and do whatever you're gonna do in that time. I love that. It's so much fun. If I don't have boundaries on something, I can kind of peter off on it, or just, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so things are often never really done. I'll go I'm afraid of finishing something because then it's done, and I always want it to be better. Yeah. It's this weird psychosis. So when someone just tells me it's over, then it's better. And it's okay.
It's done.
It's done. And sometimes it wasn't. One time my makeup wasn't done and I was like, you call who you need to call security, call the producers, call RuPaul herself, I will be putting my lipstick on and my nails before I hit that fucking runway. And then they were like, Jimbo, that's not how this works. You don't get to say that.
You haven't won just yet,
Diva. Yeah, and I was like, well, still, you try and stop me.
Right.
They did.
So what was your favourite challenge?
My favorite challenge was the Snatch Game.
Of course, and we have to talk about that.
Yeah, I loved that. That in itself was just a dream, to walk onto that stage and to go, holy fuck, there are the seats, there are the panels, there is the judges. It was so cool. And then you're just kind of, your heart's racing, oh my god, am I gonna be funny? Am I gonna choke? Am I gonna, make Brooklyn laugh in this case? And so it was so stressful and so exciting. I just loved it. I loved the pressure. It makes a diamond, and I love it.
And you obviously picked one of the most iconic women ever to grace planet Earth.
Oh, thank you so much, Alexis. Oh god. Oh, you're so kind.
Which I'm obsessed with. Obviously, I love anyone of Joan Rivers' nature. So, had you done Joan many times before?
No, basically in the beginning of the summer they said, Drag Race is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy fuck, Drag Race is coming. So then I was like, oh my god, what is my Snatch Game gonna be? And so I was thinking, and you don't really have a lot of time to get anything done. And so the last minute, I was just joking around, and I just kind of made her voice, and I was like, oh, I should look her up. And then I watched lots of her comedy, and I've grown up watching Joan Rivers, and I love Joan Rivers, huge Joan Rivers fan, and so it just made sense. I was like, oh, she's already inside of me somewhere.
Yeah.
So if I just, watch a few of her videos and kind of get
harness it in.
a sense of it. And so the first time I did it was on my audition tape, and my partner was there, and my friend who was filming, and they laughed so hard. They were
Good, that's when you know.
And I was like, okay. And they're like, that's it. You've got, this is your Snatch Game. And I did Jerry Blank, and I did from Amy Sedaris, Strangers with Candy, and I did Nancy Grace, and everyone said Joan Rivers is the one. And so it was only the second time I had ever done it was on the show. The first time was on my audition tape, and the second time was on the show.
And it was the best Snatch Game I've ever seen.
Thank you.
It was. I rung Brooklyn and screaming down the phone. I did.
Oh my god, I love that. Yeah, the essence of clowning is really in shared surprise. And so the less I preconceive something, or less I think about it, the more fun it is, and the more surprising. And so I think, that's what a lot of what people gravitated towards on the show was stuff that, I didn't ever think was even gonna happen. I never planned to say, like, you miss your mother, smell my fingers. That's like, in the moment, that just comes right out.
I mean, you've got a very quick, dry sense of humour anyway, so that probably helps.
Yeah.
But those were the comments that, I mean, I was in stitches. Truly, I was in stitches watching.
As it came out of my mouth, I didn't have time to laugh about it, but as I said it and it happened, it was funny to me. And like, that's the key to clowning is that when you are so in yourself, you're not your other Jimbo self is way at the back of the bus, and you're not really thinking about what you're doing or saying. And so I said that, and I could hear Jimbo at the back of the bus, and my head just go, wow, that was fucking funny. And so
did you know it was going to be received well, your Snatch Game?
Well, in the moment I thought Rita was absolutely killing it. And they love Rita so much, and she was so much a favorite of theirs. I thought, oh, for fuck's sakes, are they gonna give this to goddamn Edith? I'm gonna kill someone. And so at the time, and then they also, Lemon had won a whole bunch of stuff at that time, and so I thought, Christ, maybe they're gonna give it to JoJo over here. So I didn't know it was gonna happen. Then luckily, my Celine Dion runway, when I saw what Rita was wearing, I was like, thank you. And when I saw what Lemon was wearing, I was like, why, baby, why would you ever wear the ugliest dress I've ever seen in my fucking life on national television? Sorry, Lemon. I'm sorry, but that navy blue dress was awful. And so when I saw them in those dresses, I was like, okay, I've got this. Like, I am wearing this amazing look. I feel so look. And
one of the most iconic
Thank you.
current looks of Celine Dion. I got my life. Anyone that respects Celine Dion and fashion would have gasped the same way we all did.
Oh, thank you. I felt so good with my waist snatch, and I don't often wear no breasts.
Yeah.
So that was Celine Dion, as everyone knows, has a very fashion frame, very thin, very not quite as busty as me. So I really was excited to try to serve femininity, to serve fashion, and to channel a different energy than my big titted slutty vibes.
So that destroyer vibes.
So so when I saw them in that's when I knew I was gonna win. And then I thought I had really hoped that the world would really receive it well. I didn't think, I'm not really much of one to really think that far ahead. So I didn't even know if I would have fans as we were filming the show. I was like, do you think I'll have fans? They're like, yes, I think you might have a few.
So Joan's not called you on the Ouija board yet, or haunting you?
Oh, I wish.
What do you think she would say?
I think she'd say, oh, for Christ's sake, stop wearing all that cheap shit and spend some fucking money. You're repping me out there wearing that cheap goddamn shit, you dumb bitch.
Oh, rest in peace, Joan.
Oh, rest in peace, Joan. Tell Melissa to cut me a slice of cake.
Mother's back.
Yeah. Oh, your mother's home. Get the fuck out of my apartment. And what have you been feeding my goddamn dogs? Oh, and Melissa looks like COVID you've been eating. Haven't you? How'd you get the lock off the refrigerator?
Do you know what? I really feel like humour died when Joan did.
Yeah.
I feel like she said the stuff that we all wish we could. So,
Controversial.
if you've seen the show, you will know that there were maybe some questionable choices made from the viewer's perspective when it came to beauty standards and the critiques. And I just wanted to gauge, as a viewer, having gone from the show to watching it, if you would agree with any of the judges' criticism, or if you do feel it was maybe misbalanced.
I feel like, you know, there was like this desire to not be seen as too polite, and they I think wanted to show the world that Canada is not just all gonna be like so nice, and I think they just went a little bit overboard with, you know, the harsh side of critiques, which is sometimes like the most fun part, you know, objectively, to just go like, oh, isn't it fun to just like, you know, to really go in on someone, but you know, it's like it needs to be balanced, and so I guess it just felt a bit harsh at times. Yeah. And it felt like,
which I think is how it was translated.
Yeah, it came across a bit harsh, and you know, and the show, it's meant to be TV. It's meant to be exciting. It's meant to be polarizing. It's meant to start conversations. But I feel like there was a lot of conversations around positivity and celebration that were missed, and that there are a lot of the opportunities where, you know, it could be a little bit more celebratory of everyone's different things that they brought. It maybe got lost in the criticisms of being there, and a lot of like the challenges, you know, around timing and around pressure and around, you know, what we were trying to achieve. Like a lot of that was not really acknowledged. It was sort of just like, oh, you know, you're not perfect.
Yeah.
And so it was, you know, it was a little bit difficult to really extract a lot of
the
critique, like really to take what they're saying and to take it to heart and to really use it to change your drag, because a lot of it was sort of like criticism masked inside of these jokes and puns.
Yeah.
And so at the end, we kind of were like felt like punchlines.
Yeah.
And so if you weren't the top, and if you weren't, you know, something that they loved because you were head to toe what they wanted, then you were a punchline. And so, and then once that happens over and over, you go from being a punchline to a punching bag. And
with drag, you can be whoever it is that you want to be. And I think sometimes as a judge, you can sometimes forget that you're not a drag queen and you are there to do a job. And as you said, it is TV, and TV comes with a purpose, and it is entertainment value, and things are done for a reactionary response from viewers. I do think there were probably questionable choices made on the show, which I think a lot of viewers have vocalised since the show has aired, on where they would maybe do things differently, which I think is a positive thing as well. I think going into, if season 2 comes out, or when season 2 comes out, if that happens, I think it's been a learning experience for everyone. I think you look back at the first season of any TV show, there are always going to be questionable things that you wish you'd have done differently, and especially coming from our gay communities, or queer, or all of the above, is we strive for equality and treating each other how we wish to be treated, and it really did bring out a very vicious online dispute, which impacted one judge very much in particular, who I think we can all sympathise with. We've all gone through phases of feeling that the world's against you, and we've probably all said things that we wish we could have reworded or redone. And the thing with TV is, once something's done, it's really out of your control at that point.
Big time.
So
and you know, that's the thing about like interviews and editing and all of those things. You kind of, there's just no time to show the whole conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're kind of just seeing bits and pieces of it, and
Yeah.
you know, although like everyone got the general tone, I think, you know, there was some lighter moments, and there was like some kinder moments that just didn't make it in.
Yeah.
And I think that it's like a huge learning process for the show and the judges in the network to look at, you know, what are the fans looking for in terms of judging. And with, you know, everything changing with COVID and with the Black Lives Matter movement and with trans rights movements and all of these movements towards love, inclusivity, and acknowledgement of everyone's value,
Yeah.
that it was just bad timing for you know, such harsh critiques, where I think the world is really looking for love right now and really looking for togetherness and really looking for celebration.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And so I think that going forward, I hope that the overall tone, now that we've shown that Canada's not just nice,
Mm-hmm.
that maybe they'll ease up and just and show that we're nice as well. You don't have to be like, you don't have to be like quite so like harsh.
Yeah. Characterized.
Mm-hmm.
Characterized?
Yeah,
What's the word?
characterized.
That's the one I'm looking for. Looking back on the show, would you do it all again?
Yeah, looking back on the show, I would definitely do it all again in a heartbeat. I would pack my bags and go tomorrow. I loved the whole mechanism and machine. I work in film as a designer, and I worked in theater designer, and I spent 13 years kind of making shows, making costumes, making sets. I'm the one that designs the sets, gets all the shit, makes the shit, brings it there, sets it up, takes it away, makes the costumes. And, you know, in film, I've worked my butt off, carrying people's coats, getting people's drinks, doing everything under the sun. And the whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, I want my name on that door. I want to be the one that people are bringing shit to. I want someone to hold my coat. I want someone to fan me. And so, you know, after many years of doing it for everyone else, it was finally my turn, and I was like, fuck, this is the dream come true, to have all these cameras and to have the directors and everyone working together with me. It was just a dream.
And if in the future they ever did an All-Stars, would that be something that you'd be willing to do?
Yeah, I'm basically already mentally preparing.
Really? That's exciting. So
I don't
people will
know
get
if
to see you on the big screen again, hopefully.
I really want that. And you never know about anything in life, I realize.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can, I really took this opportunity like it was my only opportunity when I was preparing for it. Of course I want to be on TV, and I want to be in film, and I want to continue to be a storyteller on an international scale.
Yeah.
But at the time, I really was preparing for it to be my only shot, and looking back, I was so proud of myself, but I know I could even do better, and I know, I could up my makeup game, I could up my dance game, I could up all my execution of everything, and come back and compete again even better, which would be my dream.
Good. Well, I look forward to seeing that. I think we all do.
Thank you. Yeah, I think if I have my makeup skills and my dancing skills up to where my other skills are, it would be really cool.
Yeah. Right, what we're going to do now...
Oh, wow!
Yeah, she's looking snatched. So we are going to do the eyelashes off camera and lips, and then we will be back with the final look.
Ooh,
so
I am snatched. Someone call the cops. I've been snatched!
So if you want to see the final look, stay tuned, and we'll be back in a moment.
See you soon. Oh my god, she's a woman!
Aren't you guys obsessed?
Oh.
A rich,
Ooh.
desperate housewife. We have Jimbo 2.0.
Oh.
I'm obsessed. You look like you're about to kill someone. Obsessed. So it just goes to show Jimbo is a glamorous woman.
Oh, yes, God.
How'd you feel?
Oh, I feel like I've been stoned for the gods.
Snatched by stone.
Snatched by stone. I feel so grateful. I am absolutely over the moon with this transformation. This is a dream come true. I have been a fan of yours for so many years, watching your skills, watching your transformation, watching your start as a beautiful designer, and then your transformation phase, and you just are iconic.
Thank you.
And
I
this
love
is a
you.
dream. So thank you
I
for
love
making
you.
me feel as beautiful as I feel on the inside on the outside.
Good. Well, we love you. The world loves you. You've conquered the world. We are so excited to see you keep shining. You're a star. And thank you so much for letting me
Thank
beat
you.
your face.
Oh, you can beat my face any day.
We love it. Mwah. Mwah. Right. Until next time, guys, stay safe. And we shall see you guys very soon.
Stay safe. See you soon.